That's all I gotta say.
And that was the cool part was I was just like, I'm not gonna wait for people like all the murals I painted in the past have been from homes in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not want to give people the flowers now, while they can smell them, that whole thing. So
I appreciate
like
that.
like this, and I'm recording now.
Okay.
But so we still talk shit. I don't care.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm
I'm gonna talk my shit
all attitude.
Y'all is stupid.
because I feel like the only women appreciation that's going on is me and Gabby. Why is she calling me? Why?
Who?
My niece.
Oh, tell her
My
to call you
no.
back.
It's part of the process, yo.
No, she know listen, she's supposed to be watching the little guy while I'm doing
She's
this.
having a break. Let her have a break. God dang.
Grab your glass.
I can call.
Did he,
Oh,
like,
he did have some.
oh yeah. And,
What you want? I'm in my
if
interview.
it's not tied down, if it's not anchored like a gate,
Hello?
he will pull on it. He's just curious about everything.
Oh my gosh. Say hi.
Hi. Hi. What are you
Hi,
wearing?
Sonic.
Is that a Sonic outfit?
Yes.
That is so dope.
Listen, Sonic, I'm gonna call you right back, okay?
You gotta take it next month when the movie come out.
I'm gonna call you right back.
Oh yeah.
Sonic
This
2.
one went bad actually too.
I actually liked the first one. It was good.
I was like,
Good.
okay. Graphics were cool. It was on
Mhm.
par with the game.
Yep. I was on it. I was like, I wasn't disappointed. We just seen
Batman?
yes.
What y'all think?
I liked it.
I loved it.
Okay, so before I give it its review, me and my family, we rented out the whole theater. So
Oh, okay.
in the midst of watching it, I was everywhere. Like I was making sure
okay.
people was in, if they needed food, blah blah blah. So I missed majority of the scenes.
Okay.
I missed the fight scene. I heard Penguin did some shit.
Oh my god.
I missed
The car
that.
chase?
Yeah, I missed
Oh.
that.
That's why I went to see it just for the car chase.
So from what I saw, I guess I just saw the boring moments, with the music and all that stuff. So I have to go see it again.
That adds to the allure of it. All of that is just layers. Like
Yeah.
layers upon layers. The cinematography, beautiful.
Yeah.
Penguin in that car chase, like it's not anything crazy. It's not crazy graphics. It's not crazy stunts.
Mhm.
It's the acting from the actors in the cars
Mhm.
that really brings you into that. Like where you're just like, it's Penguin talking smack the whole time. Like he's just like, you can't get me. Come on, move. He's a really good actor. The dude they had played Penguin was.
Oh yeah. Because I saw I forgot his name, but his makeup was I didn't even know it was him.
Yeah.
The only fight scene I saw was at the end. When the Riddler did what he did.
Man, perfect Riddler.
Yeah.
He had me fucking dying.
Listen, let me tell you, the most crazy
Oh, I'm
shit.
sorry.
No, you good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they got headphones on.
Oh, okay.
Don't take Deanna to the movies, okay? You know the part where the Riddler was singing?
Uh-huh.
She's dying laughing. Like it's the funniest thing ever.
Oh man.
But you remember the part where he's still singing and his head doing this?
Yeah.
She getting louder and louder, like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Why are you laughing at this singing, bro?
Because it was perfect. Like he was so into it. I was
I've never
like,
heard the Riddler sing.
hey.
I was just like, oh, this is interesting.
It was good. The white incel
Because he was crazy.
looking.
He was so crazy.
It's like this dude terrorizing is like the
Yeah.
most softest looking dude ever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh, that's legit
Yeah.
scary because there's a lot of these fools out here.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm
That's
like,
what it was for you.
yeah, I was like chills with it. I'm just like, it's like
She's cracking up at the most hilarious part when he's singing. I'm like, no.
I was in tears.
We can't
so
think
it
you
was
know
a
what.
wrap after that.
So is it good?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a long movie, but
It was
Yeah,
weird.
you gotta see it.
Did you see the car light up or no?
Nope.
No? Okay, that was probably another iconic moment. It wasn't the Batmobile wasn't his mode of transportation. It was just how he enforced
see,
fear.
I don't understand how he got to the car.
I think he just ran.
They didn't show it, so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, you don't hear a car door open, nothing.
Yeah,
He just
and the car started and
he just-
everything. And I was like,
hold his ass like shot in the cheeks.
I sat there puzzled for a moment. I'm like, all right, well, however however you got there, that's how you got
He
there.
had his ass up too. He was just laying there. And just the way Penguin walked up to the car, shooting, talking was just so good. Like,
Man,
I love the framing.
I gotta see it
It was cool.
again.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Then there was the first time that I think the best part of the beginning was they like everybody's out committing crimes and there's like shadow corners in the very beginning. There's like corners where and the bad guys are looking like, oh shit, he's in there. He's not. But he's got everybody so
That fear,
shook.
yep.
Yeah. And then the one he
Like,
walks
oh,
out and then it's just you hear footsteps and he doesn't come out right away. It's like a good 10 steps before he comes out. I was like, oh, this
The
is a movie.
anticipation.
I was like, this is so good. I was sitting there like this, like my girl looked at me like, sit back. I'm like, what? Oh shit.
I'm already in. I'm
Like, I
already
tipped
in.
over my popcorn.
Oh my god.
But
Y'all gotta do that though, man. Like rent out the whole theater. This
yeah,
shit
that
was
sounds
fucking
like fun. I
fun.
might do like some stash.
That was first time ever. That was lit.
Yeah.
Instead of being, with other random people, that you don't know, being with your family and friends. Oh,
Yeah, it was fun.
everything.
Yeah.
It was everything.
That's my next move.
I would have never thought to do that. So kudos to your sis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check that out. But Batman. Okay. Now we got our Batman here. Batwoman. Yeah, so it's like, just with the projects moving and stuff like that, so Adidas wants to collaborate.
Mhm.
They want to cover this. B in June when we do our 7-year anniversary for being open June 7th, 6th. June 6th will be 7 years.
It's been 7 years.
7 years.
Wow.
So I'll take that as my first one. So, over the past 7 years, from being like, what is this, to being fully like throwing events and collaborating with us and doing things, workshops throughout the years, what's been like, how through your eyes watching it grow, what's like some like high points, highlights, importance type things that you've seen grow from like you first figuring out how to say MCSDA properly. Everybody's always say MCD.
Because also too, because
Which
dang, what's the other one? What is the other one? Crap. It's the one that Mike from Chip Masters sees at. Because they also have Motor City in there.
I think they're at Motor City Dance Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the time I was just like, Motor City. Yeah.
There's so many different names. Okay.
But first and foremost, when you first, got this going, I just wanted you to win, honestly, because you were the only street, studio at the time that was giving it to the streets instead of opening it up and saying the street, and then you bring in ballet and contemporary and then the rest. Okay, but one thing that I can say that you have stuck through the whole time is community. Like I haven't seen, and this is why I complain about other studios. So if y'all mad, y'all mad. But with other studios, I see them have like a particular certain individuals they want to work with. They don't really reach out the way that they should be reaching out when you have a studio. It's not just the city that you're in. It's everywhere. We Michigan, even though you're in Detroit, we're still everywhere. So knowing that it went from this teeny tiny little idea that you had, and even now knowing how far the name goes, like even outside of Michigan now, it's crazy. And it's because of community. It's because you bring in every single type of person, and it's like a welcoming type of thing. Like if you need a place to session, you need a place to relax, you need a place to party, it's all here. So I think the one thing I enjoy and love about your studio is the fact that it's open to everyone. And I mean everybody. Even if, the choreo heads want to come in here and have some fun, they can. I don't know why they don't, but they can. Nonetheless, though, I do want people to look at your studio as like inspiration, because again, it takes a community to do it right. And if you out here just looking for the paycheck, it's not gonna go nowhere. So, I think one of the reasons why you thrive so much is because you're like, come on, Come on over here. You need something, you need that. Oh, and also the fact that, let me tell y'all, one thing that I love is when I came and DJ at your studio and I brought all my equipment. And I really thought, I was just like, oh, Renegade, bring the speakers. X, bring this. And I walked in and Math was like, I got everything for you. Boy, if that's not the best feeling for a DJ, you don't even understand. I was so happy, like everything was just set out and all of that. Like he just makes sure like everything is good for you. It's not just bring your own stuff and do what you want or whatever. But that day I was just like I didn't have to set up or do anything, and especially as a female dancer and a female DJ, I don't want to be carrying all this stuff around all the time. That's why I have Renegade them behind me. But I'm like, nah, man. But again, one thing I love about you guys is community, and I'm always about community. So
I think just to the DJ aspect, I was raised by DJs, so they never carried anything. I was always carrying everything, so it was like, and that's how you got in free.
Can we get back to that?
Like my dude Sakari never carried anything. Not when we were with him, because we carried everything. Prophet, my cousin Prophet, he never carried anything because that was how I got into the club. He was just I was underage most at the very beginning, and he was like, "Well, this is a way for you to I'll get you in, watch, just grab a crate and walk in." Right,
man, I would love to get back to that. I would love to get back to that. Okay.
And this was the vinyl days when he was spinning.
Oh, you had to.
Yeah, I was actually working.
That's breaking back work.
Going up flights of stairs because he's on stage with crates, 1200s, big ass techniques. But yeah, anyway.
Oh, I do want to add on too. Another reason why I'm a super fan of the studio is you guys look out for kids that don't have it all, and I think that's a major key because from my previous work of me working in other studios, and I'm talking about from Chaldeans to black to white, it was sort of like these studios only sought out the parents that had money, they only sought out the kids that looked like they could have a future, in theater or arts or something like that. And the thing about you guys is, again, with that welcoming community type of vibe, it's just like you give, hope to these individuals and these kids that don't have it at all. And then on top of that, those that don't have it, you teach them. And studios don't even have like classes or sources and stuff like that, or teachers that give that type of education. It's just 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're ready. Go to LA. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, even if you don't even want to be a professional dancer, you can still come up in here and still enjoy, the styles and learning and everything. And even if you do, you still have something to even give back to someone else. So I think that's another major, major, major part that I love about you guys in studio is that you give hope to those that don't have the big pockets. But when they come in here, they can have the big pockets after getting the education. Yeah.
That's a big thing for us, accessibility, and these guys go hear me harp on it with people time and time again. Accessibility is affordability, logistics, location, and representation.
Yep.
So the other part of it is like, cool, you can afford it, cool, you can get to it, but do you want to be there? Or
That
is
part.
there somebody telling you, do you have a connection with the people there?
That part.
That's like,
oh my gosh.
When you look at our staff, Leroy, Laura, Shane.
You can tell they love it too, though. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's teaching,
Yeah.
like they enjoy it.
Darnell.
It's not like a 9 to 5, like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch these kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they enjoy giving back.
Like we're in it predominantly, especially more this way. It's a lot more black families over this way. This side's a lot more Latino. And, Latino based, and then this side, as we moved over this way. So we're seeing a lot more different demographics come in and stuff like that. And even like going McGraw, the next street up is like north is like Muslim community. So we've had families come in and stuff like that, which is great. They're seeing us and just curious about what it is. So just again, representation. Like,
And what other studio has that though?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's usually just one kind and a sprinkle of another.
Yeah.
It's not really like a lot of that.
Yeah, and I think when it speaks to what those studios are for, as
Mhm.
opposed to as opposed to what we're for. Like, we're in the hood. I'm serving people from the hood. I need
Mhm.
people who look like people from the neighborhood, who are from the neighborhood, who understand it,
Mhm.
understand why somebody's stressed and tired, and not just like, well, you could just work harder. It's like, no, fool, the whole world's against me.
Yeah,
And
man,
I
let me
feel
just
that
dance
way.
it out.
Yeah, yeah. So it's it's like, yeah, Sonic, Leroy,
Oh, Sonic here too?
Darnell, yeah, Sonic teaches our jet classes. Papette, Laura,
Come on.
Victoria. It's like
You got a nice
me,
lineup.
like we have like such like a good like spread of instructors, and it's real, and it was intentional because it's about accessibility.
Yeah.
Having access to a space means your teachers understand you.
Mhm.
They understand how to teach you beyond the moves.
Yep.
There's, I'd say, more than half of the work is life lessons, as opposed to like just dancing 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
It's just like, and then also like the professional side of this. Most of our stuff is like produced by some of our shorties and stuff like that. All this video I'm gonna take to them and kind of just like, all right, how are we chopping this up? What do we want it to look like? How do
And
we
see
do
that
this?
part, like you don't hear about that,
Yeah.
or I should say, people don't see that part. I mean,
Mhm.
I see it because I come
Mhm.
mess with y'all all the time, but a lot of people don't see that behind the scenes stuff. Like what you're doing now, you're actually going to show someone, that's going to be after you that could do it even better than what it is.
Mhm.
Other
Skill
people,
set.
they just be presenting robots, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, fit the bid, dance in front of it for Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you brought that up last conversation we had about things. It was just like, it's just for the gram, and that's really it. And it's never anything more. It just doesn't land.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's our space and stuff.
It's gonna change though. I just want
Yeah.
people to know that. Like y'all may be on it now, but it's gonna be a switch. It always is.
And you gotta adapt with that.
Mhm.
But then the bulk of it, us, we stay here. We're the foundation of it.
I forgot who I was talking to. I think I was talking to my boy Weezy out in Tennessee,
Mhm.
and I told him I was just like, the reason why we're here, the reason why you're here, and everyone else is so we can show them that there's a different way. It doesn't always have to be the likes and the follows, the gram, the TikToks, and all of that stuff. That's cool. It's an avenue,
Mhm.
but there are 50 billion other avenues that you could take. So, big up to you and everyone else that's working with you because you guys are showing them like you don't have to take this path of what everyone else is taking. It can go other places. And then on top of that, you do the path yourself that's different. Guess what? Somebody gonna be like, "Hey, I want to work with you because you're doing something different than the normal." Education is key, people.
Regarding accessibility and representation, going back to that, how has the representation of women in the scene differed from like when you first came up?
Yikes! It's gonna be like a 20-minute segment. Well, when I first came out or came up, there was no females. There wasn't. And you know what? I'm gonna tell my story because this is my story. This is my period. When I came out, I had to be in male groups. There was no really all female groups. What else? Even at studios, there was majority, you know, white male, white female. Um, it was just I wouldn't say it was an awful time because I learned a lot. I learned that I could change whatever I wanted to change, and I actually did. So me looking at even looking back at it now, knowing that how much hate I had because of what Standing O was doing as a black female, now seeing it now, it's like everything was worth it. All of it was worth it. But I see a lot more females that are coming to the forefront with ideas, like even events. Shout out to the females I know that's throwing their own events and stuff now. You know, because at the time it's just like, well, men have to handle the money and men have to do. Nope, that's done. It's over with. So shout out to, you know, and that was my main purpose, honestly. If anybody doesn't know, my main purpose of dancing, of course, it was to shut shit down all the time, but it was mostly to show females like, hey, bro, we can do this. We don't. I mean, not shunning my brothers out there because I love them, but we could do it ourselves if we wanted to. And just traveling to everywhere that I've been, Atlanta, Tennessee, Cali, uh, where else? Where else?
New York.
New York, Wisconsin, like every, like
Florida.
my main objective was my main my main objective was to show any female in the room that you can change the room, and I didn't need a guy behind me to do it. Especially coming from the groups that I came from, because people got to understand I was in like 4 male groups before I went solo. So I mean, nonetheless, they did teach me, you know what I'm saying, give me some insight about discipline and all that stuff. But majority of the work was mine. So when I went out solo, it was really females against everybody. It was me getting booked, and I had to tell people like, I'm not battling no females. I'm battling dudes. What you don't want to? You too good? You not? No, it's just that I want to show females that you could be just as powerful in the cipher, out of the cipher, in the business side, all of it. So all the years that I've been dancing and doing business to me has paid off because I see my friends, even family, like I see even random people come up to me and just be like, yo, I dance because we don't have that female representation like that. And you gave me that light. You gave me that push. So it's much better than it was when I first started. When I first started, I felt like I was fighting like I was 300. And I was fighting everyone else because people, man, I wish I could drop names right now. Let me tell you, I had people tell me, like, yo, it's unladylike how you dancing. I had people tell me, like, oh, you just running off at the mouth. like you a nigga out here. Like, it was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I just have some confidence in myself and I just know I can whoop your ass. And then after I whoop your ass, I'm gonna go about my business and I'm gonna do my business and I'm gonna continue to do my business. So it was like a lot of people wasn't ready for that.
That area.
A lot of people wasn't ready for that, but even now to this day, I get people like, what is it called? Like backdoor support.
Yeah.
I get backdoor support a lot because a lot of dudes, they okay with, you know, what I'm doing, but I don't think they want their bros to know. Like, hey, Stan and No just gave me some wisdom, but let me just act like my bros gave it to me. It's weird. It's weird. And I know other artists go through it. I mean, me and Gabby have talked about it before where we're just like, it's because we're females. And she'll be like, yep. And then we'll go about our business. But I do have some guys that would like stand tall for my ass and be like, yo, don't approach her in that male female type of way. Like, she's a dancer. That's it. No, don't say, oh, she's the best female dancer. No, she is one of the best dancers out here. You don't even have to put female in front of it, even though I do. But to know that men are respecting me that much to not do it like that, to show me respect, I was just like, all right, I love it. I dig it. I'm going to continue, you know what I'm saying, to do what I can to represent for the females. You know, even though I haven't been outside that much, I still be seeing what's going on. But
Your
to,
ears are always to the street.
of course, my ears are always to the streets. You got me fucked up. I'm always hip, okay? But like my closest female dancers, like out in New York and Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, in Cali, we talk all the time. And even they'll hit me up like, hey, oh, what do you think about this? Can we do this all female thing? Can we exclude this? And I want to say something for the females too, because I get a lot of this question. I get asked a lot. They ask me if it's okay to have an all female event. And I say, who fucking cares? Do that shit. I don't know what made them think like we have to have this whole include the male type of shit. Because I ain't gonna hold you up. I've been on Instagram, YouTube, and everything, and I haven't seen not one female in an event before. You know what I'm saying? So why would it butt hurt them if dudes are not included? But I can't even name 5 right now, like events female wise, that's like standing strong with all females. I do want to change that though. So that's probably one of my goals, is to be a little biased. They could be like, backdoor. Man, what you talking about? Oh, huh? You don't want us there? Dudes be helping us out. No. It's just a simple fact that females gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we have to stand on our own 2 feet and see what it's like. And that was my whole career, was standing on my own 2 feet and being like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it for Detroit, and I'm gonna do it for the females. And when people call me queen, that's the reason. And they don't call me queen just because I've been in multiple battles and all this stuff. No, it's just the way that I move and the way that I talk. Like, it's about growth. And if I can help any type of female, young, old, whatever, that's my purpose. So, but I'm glad we're out of that era that I was at, because half of y'all wouldn't last. Okay.
What do I have?
Shout out to the female dancers. Okay.
This part, talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking shit like, oh, they whack. I mean, like, talk that shit. That's what I always tell everybody. Like, when they're battling, like, when they're going ham, they're going in,
Mm-hmm.
and they start, throwing burners, whatever, having conversations, bragging about themselves. Talk that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love hearing that from you when you were talking that shit. Literally.
I talk my shit all the time.
Because I just feel like a lot of what I was taught was to, like, be quiet, dim my light, humble, stay quiet, don't brag too much, keep it low, keep it humble, just be like, oh, I'm always building. We never get a chance to celebrate ourselves. I internalized a lot of that shit, and I never got a chance to, like, really, like, in some of my higher points, like, take my lap. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of the first organizations, at least in the street dance community, to, like, break 100K.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then not only that, like, we did 200K this past year. I thought that was going to happen in 2-3 years from when I had set the goal. I did it in 8 months.
Ooh.
And I was like, and we surpassed 200K, and I'm just sitting there like, man, if I post about this, everyone's going to be like,
yep.
Oh,
why he boasting?
It's all about money. Why you talking shit? But I see so many other people, like, post about stuff, and I'm the first one to be like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, talk that shit. Like, you did dope. Like, you worked your ass off. Stuff like that. Whether you believe that you were blessed, you got a channel, a light, you received some blessing from above, wherever it comes from. I like, and if you want to share a little bit more about that, because it's not, I've never taken you calling yourself queen, talking like you're the best here and saying things as offensive. I don't want to say offensive though. Like, I don't know.
Like a macaque motherfucker.
Yeah, like Like, oh, she's just talking. She's just cocky. It was like, yo, she's worked for years. She's been here for years doing her thing. Like, she was on a huge platform. She was invited to these places. Talk that shit. You see what I mean? Like, when I put it in context, it's like, yeah, talk that shit. You did this year. You set out to do this. You won this jam. Cool.
Man, I'm about to talk my shit right now.
I don't like the idea of humility over the top humbleness. Cool, be humble. I get it. But at the same time, celebrate yourself. And, like, when I hear you talk, that's dope. And I think getting that conversation lesson to getting that conversation, we're on the app.
We already know. We see some wild stuff, boy.
Eyes up. But yeah, just I guess the point I'm getting at is just, like, I liked hearing that from you. You were talking that shit. You were speaking your mind. Cool. Like, I don't think we should have to dim our light for others to be okay. That bothers me. Like, if I have to be quiet so you can exist, that hurts. Like, A, especially from your own people. And then B, like, if you're not my people and you're telling me to be quiet, I am about to stand up on a chair.
And everybody gonna hear me today.
Yeah, and see, that's what I say. I'm gonna talk my shit. But if you want to chime in on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit first. So I want people to understand. Okay? Because it's funny that you ask me all these questions because I've been having a lot of conversations outside of Michigan with dancers. That's like, oh, we missed that energy. Where is that? Okay, so I don't even know where to start. Coming out, first and foremost, I don't know. I'm gonna give my background. I never had any training from anyone. No one was my OG or anything like that. I did everything for myself. Afterwards, in college, I got into like battles on campus, whooped a whole bunch of niggas' asses, and from there, joined like 3 crews. We whooped everybody's asses. If you don't know, Anonymous and everyone else that I've been with, like I was behind that, whooped everybody's ass. After Anonymous, you know what I'm saying? And I can talk about Anonymous too. We can go back to 106 Park and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been everywhere. So even with Stand and Know, you know what I'm saying? The whole Battle Fest, World of Dance, all of that. So you think you could dance? Like I've done the work. So whenever you hear Stand and Know speak, understand that Stand and Know is coming from an experience that some people haven't even experienced yet. But I want y'all to understand that stuff has changed, but it hasn't changed that much where I can't speak on it. Okay. Now let's get down to why Stand and Know is the way she was. She stopped and then she became this again. So let me give you the rundown. Stand and Know was first named the shit. Okay. Let's get the background. I came out. Well, actually, first it was Lady Genuine. We ain't gonna talk about that. That was high school shit.
Mine was Boogie Boy Trump.
So we all had that phase, you know what I'm
We
saying?
had our 20s.
I was in love with Genuine. Like I wanted to bury that man. It was just ridiculous. So I had to let him go because I'm like, Genuine, you ain't gonna give me money. So listen, after Genuine, I started to come out with the shit. And at the time, you know, you also had Jet and Jesus out or whatever. You just had strings that like we had our pillars that was like making motherfucking noise. And one thing that all of us did was, even though we talked shit, we backed it the fuck up. And in that era, I'm not talking about now, but in that era, there was like you have to humble yourself. I went to many popping events and it was like, you're not humble enough. You're just too aggressive. I've went to sessions and ciphers and it's just like, why are you so aggressive in the cipher and you not even battling nobody? And I'm like, listen, if God gave me this gift, why not? That's how I'm looking at it. If God gave me this gift, why can't I walk around and be like, yo, I have a crown on, I got the little cape in the back, I got servants throwing out the red carpet. Like that's how I'm entering. I have so much belief in my gift that if you think it's cocky, that's your own perception. You know what I'm saying? Until you talk to me. And that's what's funny about it. That whole time where I was the shit and people thought I was just like this cocky motherfucker, when they actually had a conversation with me, they was just like, oh my gosh, you're so nice. And I'm like, well, my office hours is from 9 to 5. So when you catch me, you know what I'm saying, on the dance floor, I'm like in tune with the blessing that God gave me. You feel me? When I'm off the, you know what I'm saying, the floor, it's like, okay, now it's time to connect. It's time to, you know what I'm saying, like build, grow, etc. And I think people didn't see that step from the shit. All they saw was, oh, she talking her shit, she talking her shit. Now, to go forward from Stand and Know, one thing that I didn't like about Stand and Know is Stand and Know kind of like calmed down because that's when I went into the business aspect of things. I went to the studios, I went into the studio competitions, and it was just like, oh, you can't yell when your class is performing, or hey, you know, tone it down with the hip hop music that you're using. And I ain't even gonna hold you up. For a couple of years, I wasn't talking my shit. I was just like, oh, yes, yes, oh matter. Yes. Oh, you don't want me to use this track because it's Waka Flocka. Yes. Okay. Oh, you want me to just use instrumentals because you don't want to hear the words that's in there. Okay. Yes. But then, you know what I'm saying? Lucky I have a strong circle around me, including this person next to me, Deanna. And she reminds me, like, yo, where the fuck is that motherfucker that was before this? Okay? Because that's what the people want. That's what the people need. And that's what's going to get people moving. So I like the fact that the people in my circle hold me accountable. And I don't even got to be like, I should say, like on social media about it. Like I don't have to be like, oh, Deanna got me in check today, or hey, you know what I'm saying? My boy John in Texas got me in check today. Like I don't have to do that. They just tell me like, hey, oh, you're not doing enough, and they'll hang up the phone, and then that's it. And I just gotta take it as a grain of salt and just keep going. So after hearing those talks with them, I went back and actually just sat with myself, and I was just like, yo, the reason why you're such a strong, powerful individual is number one, the belief that I have that, the God given talent that I have. And then on top of that, it was just like, I'm from Detroit, bro. Like, we do things differently here. We're not in Cali where it's palm trees and we could just sit in the sun and let our stress away, you know what I'm saying? But I'm from Detroit where you can get ate alive here. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, don't be afraid to come here, but I'm just saying from a mental aspect, like we work differently. And I talk to Soul about this too all the time. It's just like I can't explain it. Like our blood is just different. It's a lot thicker. So if I heard someone else talk shit like Stan and No talk shit, I probably wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, oh, we do this every day. You know what I'm saying? Even in sessions here and everything, we'll talk shit. Be like, we can say, oh, this is that, and
Last night we'll practice with preachers. Like, that shit whack.
we keep it 100. We keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? But it's great knowing, especially hearing from you, man. It's great knowing that somebody actually acknowledges that. Because for the first like 8 years of my dance career, it was just like, you're just too much. You're just too much. You're doing a lot. Blah blah blah. Like, why are you so angry and aggressive? And it was just like, y'all just don't understand the purpose. The purpose is to feed the soul what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? And if you over here telling me I'm whack, who gonna tell me I'm great? You feel me? And I know I'm great because I'm whooping all you niggas asses. So I'm like, I'm like, I gotta do what I. Also, I have to add this, okay? And another reason why I talk my shit. A lot of people, a lot of dancers, your circle is so fake that you have nothing but yes people around you. Okay, get rid of them. They are toxic. You will not grow. You will stay stagnant. And then all of a sudden, I'll see a status on Facebook like, I feel like I'm unappreciated. No, it's because your circle is full of yes people. Okay. And like I said, the circle that I have, they don't, they're not kumbaya nice. Let's sit down and drink wine and talk about how great Stand and O is. No, they give me my flowers when they do. But first, it's business. And the business is, Kenya, you need to be on this. Kenya, you need to be on that. I've had my boy, he's my photographer out in Cali. I dropped a video one day and I thought it was cold. He hit me up. He was like, what the fuck is that? I've seen you do better than that at Eastern. And I'm like, what the fuck? Of course, we started arguing, but I'm like, you know what? He right. I went back and watched it. And that's because I don't have yes people around me. I want y'all to stop having these yes people around you because they are hindering you. So if you send me a video to critique you in one of my classes, or even if I'm judging, and I have no problem whatsoever, even if I'm judging and you say, hey, why did I lose? I will tell you to your fucking face, like, listen, bro, it was cheeks. It was cheeks. And I can break it down to them and they be like, whoa, like, wait, you just broke down my whole round. Yeah, because I studied dance like this. Like, I've been in it for so long, regardless of what style it is, how to grow is the same way. You got to push yourself and you got to stop telling yourself, like, hey, this is enough. This minute on Instagram is enough. No, it's not. So I have to keep it 100. And it's there's still other individuals that are not used to a black woman being as vocal as I am. They'll get used to it eventually. They all come running or backdooring is what I say. But if no one else is going to do it, who's going to do it? Even here in Detroit, I just had an argument with freaking stupid ass jitters, and I'm just like, y'all still don't get it, but y'all will. I'm gonna back up. I talk my shit though, but I'm gonna back up, and then y'all gonna see the progress. What I'm saying is, whatever I say, it's not just me being a cocky ass motherfucker or thinking that I know everything. Like I said, I know a lot of big name dancers, and I know a lot of dancers that are not even known, and they cold. They cold, but it's dance, it's community, it's everything that you got to pay attention to, and that's how I can talk my shit. And I'm gonna continue to talk my shit. Probably till I'm like what 90. You gonna see me on my little rocking chair on my porch. Somebody that I train gonna be like, "Hey, Grandma O, can I show you this?" And I'm gonna be like, "Nope, that shit trash." Go train. But you got to. Now, I'm gonna say this as a PSA. Don't just be talking shit, just be talking shit. Because I had to handle somebody at an event the other time, you know what I'm saying, where they was just talking mad fucking shit. Make sure when you talk shit, you know your knowledge, you know that you have the experience, and on top of that, the same shit that you talk to other people, you talked about to yourself. So even when I'm in the basement solo session, I'm talking mad shit to me. Like, hey, get that better, can you? Hey, work on this, work on that. So before y'all Drake Twitter finger people come on here and everything or just talking mess, make sure that you can back that up. I always say, make sure that you've earned your opinion. Earn your opinion first. And for damn sure I have. And no one can take that shit away from me. Because I'm a queen of this motherfucker.
Talk that shit.
And again, I'm glad Mav brought that up. Mav, you've been the only person that's actually asked me that in any type of interview I've ever had. Like, yo, where did that come from? No, it just came from my gift that I believe in. And I believe I'm very different from a lot of females and a lot of dancers. So I'm going to continue to talk my shit.
It's very similar state of mind. Like, you earned it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to fight for my spot. When people, for a long time, no, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not at the top. Nah, I am. Find me a bigger gym.
I had to deal with bums. Y'all don't even understand. Like, I'm supposed to be coming out with a documentary soon because Soul was in my ass. You see what I'm saying? Accountability. Mm-hmm. Soul was in my ass and was just like, hey, people need to know your story. And I'm like, ugh, it's so long. But I had to deal with a lot of bums. I had to deal with a lot of non-believers. You know what I'm saying? I had to deal with a lot of uneducated people. So it comes with the territory.
There's Marvy. He's like, you said what's best, like your advice, just follow through, show him receipts of how to make things. I was like, boo, accountability. So, I was supposed to send him the footage. So yeah, shout out to Marvy Soul, our homies keeping us
yes.
It's really that. Like, you're real people. These guys don't give me props easily, They give me my flowers, but they don't give me props.
They know. They know.
They're like, man, you do amazing things, but you own them. You teach breaking classes. Where you at? Let me practice. Teaching here yesterday, and we've been practicing together since 2001, 2002, and he's still there. Like, that shit whack, man. Like,
you gotta have those people in your circle.
And people don't like. People are like talking to Mav like that. I'm like, hell yeah, he is. Like, we all can too. I keep telling you, like, one of my students, Javi, will always, grapple me that way. But it's just those yes people. Like, that doesn't do me any good. Oh, that's dope. Like, when I crashed, and then I take it to a battle because I can't see it. I'm upside down. Like, and I think it looks fresh. You told me it does, and then I go, nah, man. So that I don't know. Let me see. I always try to take it with this is everybody does. I've done the past self one a lot lately. For future self, where you're at right now, and what you want to make to grow, for others to grow with. So for future self, yeah, and how you want others to grow with where you're at right now, and advice that is gonna push us to that next level. Mm-hmm. What's something you want to share with that? Share in that idea. So like we're here and like we're dealing with like TikTok dancers and suburban schools, labeling and all this stuff. Like 2 years from now, what do you want to see 5 years from now out of the scene, out of yourself, out of people around you, out of MCSDA? Like in 5 years, what do you?
Let me speak of myself first.
Or just self-seen and then NCSD.
Okay. Self. Where do I want to see myself in 5 years? Right now, I mean, I'm still dancing, here and there. I'm not so much into battles because the battling I used to do was like raw, uncut, nitty gritty. It's too clean for me right now. It's too we're BFFs and hug and let me take you on an Uber to go get something to eat. It's just too much for me. I'm from the I'll meet you outside or at the club or something like that. Like battling is not it's too pretty. Until it gets back ugly, if that makes sense. Until it gets back like, yo, then we got somewhere. So I'm gonna be dancing here and there, but one thing that I'm for sure working on is I can't even really explain it right now, like fully in detail, but I want to take dance and then incorporate mental health with it.
Hmm.
So I'm going to be getting more behind the scenes with camera and everything like that, where not only am I telling my story about my mental health and what I've been through, but also I'm going to have like an outlet where, see, here's the thing that I've noticed with a lot of dancers. A lot of dancers like to use their pain when they're dancing, but none of them is healing. So we have a whole bunch of sessions and battles, and we're just letting out our anger, but then we go back to it, and it's really like you're not doing anything with it. Like, I mean, of course, when I came up, one of the purpose was to get out of the gangs and all that stuff and to have a place to release. I think we kind of went backwards, where it's like we have this fake aggression, you know what I'm saying? I gotta, but it's like even after that, what are you doing to heal? Where's that process? So with mental health, I'm going to connect the two. It's not going to be so much like, oh, watch Stand and Know in this video and she's sad or she's depressed and all that, because we see too much of that. But I want to show where how dancers can actually heal using their gift instead of just pain, pain for pain, pain. Don't get me wrong. You can turn on the track and just let your, feelings go. But again, I've talked to numerous dancers and I've seen them in a session and they go at it and they just like, I had to get that off my chest. And next week you got something else on your chest. And it's the same thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for me, in the next 5 years, I'm hoping that I can start working with these other organizations that focus on mental health and actually do something here in Detroit and then bring my people who I know out of state that deal with mental health and have them come here and share with us. And hopefully we can have a space where we're not just letting it out, we can keep it out. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course, I'm gonna still be doing my thing, my queen videos and stuff like that. As for the scene, 90% of the people in the scene already know what the fuck I want from their motherfucking asses. So for those that know, marksman, jit masters, the people that I see all the time, Bird out there, like all y'all, I want to see us. Okay, let me go back to talking my shit. When Standing Up was here, the shit stat Standing Up, I put Detroit on the map. Okay, and when I say I put Detroit on the map, I'm talking about people finally was like, oh shit, we need to go there. It wasn't like, oh shit, there wasn't talent there. It was like, oh shit, we need to go there. Okay, so I'm plugging everybody. We got Soul, we got Strings, we got you, we got. I'm telling everybody, and we had people coming, and then all of a sudden it just got slower and slower and slower. And it's because we got back to this mentality where I got to go out there to succeed instead of succeeding here and then bringing people here. So, with that message that I told individuals, I told them, I said, listen, you traveling, please go do that. Go around the states, go overseas, but make sure you bring back something for your community, because what they got over there, we could do over here. Matter of fact, we could probably do it even better. Actually, I've seen it do better. So, I mean, yeah, it's all here. We just need to have more people who understand how to build those resources and keep those resources. Because, like I said, we did the hard part. It's already done. Okay, we already let people know that Detroit is here. Now, what are you guys gonna do to keep Detroit here? Number one, and to continue to have people come to Detroit, because people be like, "Oh my," and I'm tired of hearing the narrative like, "I didn't know you guys were there. I didn't even know you guys had a scene. I didn't even know." Stop bullshitting, okay? Because niggas know we here. I don't know why they selling y'all this Hollywood statement, but they know we are here. So, with that being said, I want people to elevate even more in their style, in their talent, in the community. We can't just continue, again, going back to the yes man people. We can't just be in these ciphers and in these battles and going to these events and we just like, oh shit, you got cold. No, you got cold. Now, the next day, it's time to motherfucking work. Then we go out. We'll go out to Cali, we'll go to Chicago, we'll go out to Texas or whatever the case may be, whatever people can do. And then the knowledge that we gained, even personal and experience wise, we bring it back here for the shorties and the little ones so then they can get prepared. Like it's just I don't know what happened, but the food chain has been broken and we need it back going like this. So for those individuals right now, especially my marksmen, I'm really heavy on their head about leadership because it's not just about throwing events. It's not just about going to go to a cipher. It's actually about, hey, there's a couple people over there that want to learn how to dance, but you have to understand how to teach them because everyone is not, they don't learn the same way. So you got to have patience when it comes to that teacher shit. So if one person learns hands on, one person learns through video, you got to understand how to shift that and still be powerful in each realm. So there's a lot of work that us dancers have to do, and I'm here and I be helping individuals. But for the scene, it's like I want people to stop taking stuff personal. So if I say, yo, jitters, y'all need to work. Oh, well, she on jit. Nigga, I've jitted enough. And I've been around y'all enough. There's some stuff that y'all need to work on. Same thing with the Crump community. I'm with Renegade every day, talking to him like, hey, what else can we do? How else can we push this? Then I'm like, yo, so you at Math Studio? So what can we do to math Crump? And like, it's just, what's that little shit we learned in school with the little bubble? We got the little lines, the little spiderweb things. This is what we're doing. We got the hub, and we're trying to do this. But we got to have leaders to do that. Everybody can't, I'm going to say it, everyone can't be a leader. Some of y'all have to be the guppies, and then some people have to be the sharks. And eventually, the guppies will become the sharks once you understand what's going on. But for this scene, I need y'all to really be on y'all A game because a lot of y'all be, and this is for Detroit and everyone else. A lot of y'all be on this, pay me my worth, yo, and give me this, and I deserve a G and all this extra stuff. Some of y'all only deserve $5 out of my pocket because it's more than just dance. It's mental, it's the community, it's all of it. Even business wise, because you're gonna be running into people that want to learn and they don't have the money for that. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my marksmen all the time, like, yo, if you in a jam, and I know you do too with your people, you in a jam, I got you because I'm going to help you get to where you gonna get. I don't even want to bet. I just want to help you. Okay. But some of us are not, we don't, some of us are not standing there in math. And that's what I mean. Like we have to learn how to like communicate and do this for our community. Because once we do it, everyone wins. And we've already seen Detroit win before, but we started taking this whole, and it's not even us. It was social media that made it solo, 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 solo. I gotta do this on my Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And then we forgot about the community. But people gotta understand them same people that's on TikTok and Instagram, where they going out? Outside in the community, doing their dancing and stuff. Like it's still there, you know? So for the scene, I'm giving y'all this. If I could be the queen of Detroit, there's no reason why we can't have more queens and kings here. But we got to be open about it, and we got to be open to move the way we're supposed to move. I would say smart movement. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be out here thinking like your talent is gonna be enough. No, you gotta have a lot more to that. So talk with each other, work with each other. I want to see more crumpers work with jitters. I want to see more breakers work with jitters. I want to see more pop. I don't even know where the popping scene is, but I would like to see a popping scene back here. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see the house community come out a lot more because I know this it's here. Like I want to see a lot more connecting because we are on the same soil, guys. Like we on the same soil. And there's no reason why like Stan and O can go work with the crump scene, the breaking scene, the popping scene, the house scene, and then y'all can't do it. Y'all could do it just as much. Matter of fact, I owe Gabby a video. I owe Leroy a video. Like I'm in debt with a lot of these styles that I'm supposed to be doing. And last but not least, what I would love from your studio, Mav, I want you to take over. I want all my Detroit people to take over. And I'm talking about not just here. I'm talking about other spaces. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see your studio overseas. I would love to see your studio in where else? South America. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to see how you started here and show people what a community was about. And then they looked at you and said, come over here because we need help. And then you went over there and showed people what a community was about. You went over here, this. And I want you to have so many buildings because people got to understand this is another thing. This is another thing. Oh my gosh, I'm giving y'all some gems. Why is Ford still Ford? Why is GM still GM? We are supposed to be leaving something, leaving a legacy. So that means that when Math is gone, I should see his studios, period. When Stan and O is gone, I should see the marksman and everybody else. Like, set it in stone. So that means years go by, you still see the same name where it's supposed to be. And that's because the community took care of it. Not because we just had billions of money and we out here on our Kanye shit. No, it's because we did the work the way we were supposed to do. So that's what I want. The way that I see Ford and was it Maybach? Like I want to see all of that. I want to see all of that from Mav and his people, and even from my people. You know what I'm saying? Again, Marksman, we're not even like a dance crew. We are a gang of individuals that are multi-talented, and we talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? I got Tony, and he doing his barber stuff. We got Renegade on the weight loss. My bad, Renegade. I know you've been working hard. He could be like, what? But even with him supporting black businesses or whatever, Joey, he's doing music, you know what I'm saying? Davi is over there in Ohio doing his thing. I got Sticks in New York, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have people where it's just like, we just not going to just dance. Because now it's like, there was a point in time where we just wanted to just have dance as our career. Let's be the backup dancer. Let's get money for this. Dance. But even for you, you're still dancing, but look at the other stuff that you got going on. Now it's about time for dancers to stop being at the bottom of the totem pole, and it's time for us to get in these other business rooms and sit at these tables. So it's not just, yo, let me just break down this 5/8 count, because guess what? It's another thing that I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm a very observant person. All these dancers that's behind these artists and everything like that, you don't get that much camera time, bro. You got to take pictures and be like, hey, look where I was at. And I'd be like, damn, I didn't even see you. I wouldn't even know unless you took a picture. So come on, man. If
gonna hurt some feelings.
It is, and that's him talking my shit. But again, it's like, yo, like listen, and I have to put the little, there's nothing against, backup dancing and everything. But you know what? Do it right. Do it right where you can sit in that room and be like, okay, the artist is next to me. Because understand, dancers bring artistry to especially rappers and R&B singers. Like, y'all need us on stage. Or y'all stuff wouldn't even be what it is. But have those conversations. Don't just be going up in there and being like, oh, they paying me $800 to $1,000 just to perform here. No, what else am I gonna get connected with? You feel me? So
don't let them own you.
That's why I'm saying he gonna be on his way, because he already got the mentality with the diesel thing and everything. Like, we doing it regardless. You feel me? You just the salt that just decided to come to the restaurant and the table. You feel me? You just the garlic butter. That's all you are. But we gotta start having these mindsets where we can have these conversations with these corporations. We can have these conversations with these artists.
To not be scared to walk away when they don't do it. That was my first thing with Snipes. If you don't meet me here,
Come on, come on.
they wanted to be like, well, we'll help you with it. I'm good. My bills are paid. I'm not gonna do this for that. You need to find something lucrative for me to want to engage with you because otherwise,
you taught me out.
yeah, like and Gabby seen it and was just like, yeah, cool. This is why Matt. She was literally like, and this is why I brought Matt to you.
Who was that? Who's that?
Yeah.
Masterpiece? That it was just like, yo, if I know you gonna give me $1 million, that means I'm worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Like if you come and find me, what makes you think that I need you?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sakari always blessed me with that. He always told me, he was like, when you approach these tables, remember they need you more than you need them.
Facts, because
There's a limited amount of dancers, but there's 18 million companies out there
mhm.
who
And
want
they're
to be.
always looking for something new. So for the people, I'm giving y'all a heads up. For the people that love doing TikToks and all that extra stuff, I mean, I have a whole bunch of close friends that do it too. But understand, there's always a shift. There's always a shift. So make sure that you are ready to do something different, so you can be the new face of something. Okay, I don't want to get too much into the background of TikTok because I know a lot was behind there, but understand, just because you're copying someone else's content doesn't mean that you're gonna get somewhere. Be the content creator. Be the creator behind it, and actually do something new. Like we in the age where it's like, yo, be creative and actually, you know what I'm saying, make something happen. And that's honestly how I got most of my gigs and my work, because they're just like, yo, you are different. I had a producer I was talking to the other day about this documentary he wanted to do with one of my friends, and he was just like, yo, I totally forgot how cool you were on the fucking phone. And I'm like, that's because I'm just a real ass motherfucker. Okay. And that's how I'm gonna be in a business meeting. That's how I'm gonna be outside a business meeting. But nonetheless, like, believe in yourself, believe in your community, work with your community. There's a lot of people that's not stepping forward into community because they just feel like either one, they're scared, or they don't feel like they can get anywhere. So show people like, yo, I am of service. And I can tell you one thing, the studio and Math, they're always of service. Matter of fact, after this interview, I still got to hit up Math about this event that I want to do in the summer. That's going to go crazy because I can't do my birthday bash this year. So, yeah, I want to throw my first ever summer event. I definitely want Math's help. And don't be ashamed to ask, okay? Because I would love fucking Math to get some of this load off my shoulders, because I'd be like, damn, I got to find a host, I got a DJ, I got to make sure the door is good, and like, I need help.
I got you.
Well, yeah, man. I wish everyone the best in the community. I'll be watching. I'll be backdoor cussing y'all out unless I have to come to the forefront. And I just want us to continue to be great. Like Detroit should really be up there for. I don't even know why we're not. We were, but we should be back up there. So
Cool. All right, I'm gonna end it. That's a good point. Thank you, Ken.
yeah.